Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video I'll be answering questions from mathematics. This is paper 1. It was written on 31st July 2018. Okay, so when you have time you can go through the instructions they are given. Okay, the paper is always 2 hours. So if you're new to this channel and this video, please click the subscribe button for more updates on such videos. So we have question 1 there. Okay, so let me just write it nicely here. So question 1, we are taught to simplify. Okay, we can see there question 1 says simplify 4 open brackets x plus 2y close brackets minus 3x minus 8y close brackets. Okay, so this is what we have, right? So we have 4, okay, we have 4, okay, x plus 2y, okay, then minus, okay, minus open brackets 3x minus 8y. Okay, and the question says that we simplify. Okay, so how do we simplify such a question? Okay, how do we simplify such a question? So when we are taught to simplify a question, okay, we are not necessarily finding a definite or exact answer, but they only want us to reduce it to a simplest form. Okay, applying mathematical rules, we simplify this to a simplest form. So answering this question, okay, we use what we call BODMAS. Okay, BODMAS is an order of operation in mathematics. Okay, order of operation. So the BO here simply means brackets open. Okay, and that's the first thing to do, open the brackets. So once you have brackets, you cannot do anything here unless you open the brackets. Okay, so how do you open the brackets? You multiply. For instance, here we have got a 4 outside the brackets. These brackets simply mean that this 4 is multiplying everything that is in the brackets. So you are going to multiply 4 times x. Okay, you multiply 4 times x, you get 4x. Okay, then plus 4 times y, I mean 2y, you get 8y. Okay, you get 8y. Then here now this negative will multiply with everything that is in the brackets. Okay, so negative times 3x, you get negative 3x. Okay, negative 3x. Then negative times negative 8y. Okay, negatives and negative, that is positive. Okay, positive, so positive 8y. Okay, you get positive 8y. Then after this now, what follows is division, but we don't have division. Multiplication, we don't have multiplication, so we'll go to addition and what subtraction. Okay, but before we perform addition and subtraction here, we have unlike terms. Okay, so you have this term, this is a term, this is a term, this is a term, and this is a term. Okay, now these terms, they are not alike. Okay, we need to regroup them. Okay, those ones which are similar, we group them. Okay, so I can see 4x. Okay, there's an x here. 3 also has got an x. So these we call them what? Like terms. Okay, we call these like terms. So like terms, we are able to group them. So this is going to be 4x grouped with what? Minus 3x. Okay, then you get plus 8y, which will be grouped with what? Another plus 8y. Okay, then here now just the matter of we can subtract 4x minus 3x, we get x plus this we get 16y, okay, and we have simplified. Okay, at this point there's nothing more that we can do. There's nothing more that we can do at this point. Then we have question 2. Okay, you can see question 2 there. Question 2 here says evaluate. Okay, we evaluate. So we've been given 27. Okay, been given 27, and this 27, it is raised to the power 2 over 3. Okay, so this question comes from what we call indices. Okay, it comes from what we call indices. Okay, indices. Okay, so here we notice that the power is simply what? A fraction. Okay, the power is a fraction. So how do we handle such an index? Okay, when the power is a fraction, how do we handle such a case? Okay, so the rule is like this. Okay, if you have a number, let's say a, and it is raised to the power b over c, okay, so this is same as introducing a square root, then you put your a there. Okay, you put your a there, and then your c comes there. Okay, then you open the brackets, and then you put your b there. Okay, so this is what we do. Okay, so answering this now, in this case, okay, in this case, if I compare with this, my a is what? 27. Okay, my c is 3. Okay, and my b is what? 2. Okay, so before you go into an exam, make sure that you know this. Okay, you know this. It's very much easy to memorize. Okay, so this one goes inside the square root, this one comes there, and then the b, open the brackets. Okay, just like that. So now we're going to say, okay, so this will be 27. Okay, 27 raised to the power 2 over 3 is same as open brackets 27, okay, cube root. Okay, when we put a 3 here, we simply mean the cube root, open brackets, and then 2. Okay, very simple and straightforward when you do this. So after this now, 3 into 27, okay, not 3 into 27, sorry, what's the cube root of 27? Okay, a number that when you multiply it 3 times will give you, that's what cube root mean, a number that you multiply 3 times by itself to give you 27. Okay, so this number happens to be 3, so 3 times 3 times 3, so 3 times 3, this is 9, 9 times 3, this is what? 27. So the cube root is 3. Okay, remember we have got a 2 there, and so 2, so 3 squared. Okay, what is 3? What is 3 squared? Okay, what is what? 3 squared. So 3 squared happens to be 9. Okay, and we have simplified. Okay, we have simplified this this question. Okay, we have simplified it. So the next question in this paper, question 3. Okay, the next question in this paper, question 3. It says a straight line passing through point A. Okay, so right, it's passing through point A. Okay, so point A is given by the coordinates 3, 2. Okay, and then point B. Okay, point B is given by the coordinates 5, y. Okay, then we are told that the gradient, okay, the gradient, which is denoted by letter M, is negative what? Negative 2. Okay, the gradient which is denoted by letter M is negative what? 2. Then the question says find the value of y. Okay, find the value of y. Okay, so this will just be simple and straightforward. Okay, so we know the formula for gradient. M is simply equal to y2 minus y1, okay, over x2 minus x1. Okay, so the coordinates that we've been given there, so this one will be x1, this one is y1, this one is x2, and what? Y2. So the gradient from the question, it's -2 is equal to y2, it is simply y, okay, y2 there, it's simply y, minus y1, it is what? 2. Close, put a division sign down. Then x2 is 5 minus x1, which happens to be 3. Okay, so this will be -2 is equal to, okay, -2 is equal to y minus 2 over 5 minus 3, that is 2. Here, what do we do? Okay, so we just solve this mathematically over 1, okay, so that we can cross multiply. So y minus 2 times 1, you get y minus 2 is equal to -2 by 2, you get negative what? 4. At this point here, we group the like terms. Okay, so this is a constant and this is a constant, a number without a variable, so the 2 comes this side. So this is going to be y is equal to negative what? 4. Now this 2 has crossed the equal sign, the sign will change to plus 2. So y is equal to, here, different signs. Okay, different signs. What do you do with different signs? Subtract the numbers. Okay, so 4 minus 2, that is 2, and you get the sign of the bigger number. Okay, which is, so the answer is negative what? -2 for this question. Okay, another question here we have, which is question 4. Okay, question 4 says factorize completely 5x squared minus 5. Okay, factorize completely 5x squared minus what? Minus 5. Okay, so 5x squared minus what? Minus 5. We factorize completely. Okay, so factorizing completely. Okay, so factorizing all the time, so you've got 2 terms. This is term number 1, is another term. Okay, so look at what is common on these 2 terms. In this term you have a 5, and in the other term you have a 5. So the 5 is common. You put it outside, then you open the brackets. Okay, so we've removed the 5, you remain with what? X squared. Okay, minus, you remove the 5, you remain with what? With 1. You remain with 1. You remain with 1. So here, factorizing completely simply tells us that we shouldn't have any square. Okay, we should completely factorize this equation. So when we factorize completely, so whenever you have x squared minus 1, okay, you have x squared minus 1. Okay, this, okay, there are many ways you can factorize this, x squared minus 1. Okay, but what I will tell you is that whenever you have x squared minus 1, it will always be x minus 1, x plus 1. Okay, because when you multiply this, it will still take you back to this. If you want to prove it, you can multiply this. Okay, x minus x, that is x squared, multiply with that, that will give you plus x, this minus x, this minus 1. Okay, so look, x minus x, this will give you 0. Okay, so you remain with x squared minus 1. So it still takes us back to this. So whenever you have this, just know, okay, that you always end up with x minus 1, x plus 1. Okay, so just trying to make things more simple, and this is our answer. So we factorized this completely. Okay, so question 5 here, as we can see, question 5 says use set notation to describe the shaded region in the Venn diagram what below. Okay, so use set notation. So looking at what we've been given here, we notice that A and B are shaded, but C has been completely left out. So they've shaded A and B. So if they've shaded A and B, so they've shaded A and B. A and B have been shaded. So we say that A union B has been shaded. Okay, we put it in the brackets. Okay, then to show that C hasn't been touched, we're going to say intersection C complement. Okay, and that is the answer for this one. Okay, that is the answer for this question. Okay, so our last question in this video will be question 6, and question 6 is a question on matrices. Okay, that will be our last question in this video. Okay, so those who are new to my channel, please subscribe, like and share the video, okay, so that everyone can learn. So we are told question 6 is given that C, okay, you can see there C is equal to, all right, so C is equal to, just write it here so we can solve the question. So 5 to negative 1 1, that is C. Okay, then D is equal to 1 negative what 2. Okay, so express CD as a single matrix. So when they say CD, okay, they simply mean you should multiply these two matrices. So we're going to multiply the two matrices. Okay, this is easy. Multiplying matrices is very easy. Okay, so what I always like to tell myself in mathematics is that everything is easier. You just have to know what to do. Okay, and you can only know what to do when you practice more. Okay, so we multiply these two matrices. So multiplying a matrix, we use what we call row by column. Okay, row by column. So on the first matrix, you'll be multiplying the row. Okay, so this is our first matrix. We'll be multiplying the row, and on the second one, we'll be multiplying with the what? With the column. This is the matrix what? 2. Okay, but even before we multiply, we need to name these two matrices. So this one, it has got how many rows? It has got 2 rows. So row number 1 and then row number 2. Okay, so this is 2. How many columns? It has got 1, 2. So this is a 2 by 2 matrix. Then this one, how many rows? 1, 2. So it has got 2 rows but only 1 column. So this is a 2 by what? By 1. Okay, so by this we're able to predict what type of a matrix we are going to get when you multiply these two matrices. So you get the first number here, okay, and the last number there. The first number there, it is what? 2. Okay, 2 by the last number is 1. So our matrix at the end, it's going to be a 2 by 1, and we'll see whether we are correct or not. Okay, so let us multiply. So multiplying, so we're going to multiply 5 times 1. So we're going to say 5 times 1, put it in the brackets. Okay, then negative 1 by what? Negative 2. So 5 by 1, you put it in. Now when you want to go to this other side, you are simply going to put plus. Okay, simply going to put a plus. So 5 by this plus this and that. So this is negative 1 by negative 2. Okay, so you are done with this row and this column, and then you go down. So when you're going down, you just come down here. So 2 by 1, you write 2 by 1. Okay, when you're going to the other side, you add 1 by 2, so that is 1 times negative 2. Okay, you add. Okay, then after this, okay, you introduce the carry brackets like that. Okay, it should be like this. Then you simplify 5 by 1, that is 5. Okay, plus here negative 1 times negative 2, that is 2. Okay, 2 by 1, that is 2, plus there you get negative 2. Okay, so this now is going to be 5 plus 2, that is what? 7. Then here positive times negative, that will be negative, right? So this is going to be 2 minus 2. Okay, and then this will reduce to 7. Okay, or 0. Okay, and then you are done. Okay, so that is all you had for this video. So in our next video, we'll continue from question 7, 8, 9, and so on and so forth.